These aren't just private jets, they're time machines that bend the laws of physics. We're ranking the 10 fastest private aircraft actually flying in 2025. And the jet in our #1 spot? It just hit a new speed record that's pushing the absolute limits of civilian aviation. But before we dive in, let's talk about why speed matters in private aviation. For the ultra-wealthy and Fortune 500 CEOs, time isn't just money, it's everything. Shaving even an hour off a transatlantic flight can mean the difference between closing a billion-dollar deal or losing it to a competitor. These jets don't just fly fast, they operate at altitudes above commercial traffic in pressurized cabins that feel like sea level, with Wi-Fi faster than your home internet. They're mobile boardrooms cruising at nearly the speed of sound. The engineering behind these machines is absolutely insane. We're talking about aircraft that maintain stability at 51,000 feet while traveling at over 700 miles per hour. That's covering more than a mile every 5 seconds, and they do it while serving champagne without spilling a drop. So buckle up, let's light them up. Number 10. Dassault Falcon 6X. Kicking off our list is the French masterpiece, the Falcon 6X. Cruising at Mach 0.90, that's around 690 miles per hour, this jet might be number 10 on our speed list, but it's absolutely number 1 when it comes to cabin comfort in its class. Here's what makes it special. The Falcon 6X has the widest and tallest cabin in its category. We're talking 6 feet 6 inches of headroom and 8 feet 6 inches of width. That's wider than most New York City apartments. Dassault designed this jet with a unique cross-section that maximizes usable space without adding drag. The range? 5,500 nautical miles, which means you can fly from New York to London with plenty of fuel to spare. But the real innovation is in the cockpit. Dassault equipped this bird with their Falcon Eye combined vision system, basically military-grade infrared sensors that let pilots see through fog, clouds, and darkness. It's the kind of tech you'd expect on a fighter jet, not a luxury business aircraft. Price tag? Around $47 million. And fun fact, the 6X uses Pratt & Whitney Canada engines that are so fuel efficient, they actually reduce emissions by 35% compared to older jets in its class. So you're flying fast and feeling slightly less guilty about your carbon footprint. Number 9. Dassault Falcon 8X. Sticking with Dassault, the 8X also hits Mach 0.90, but this jet has a completely different mission profile, ultra-long-range capability with serious speed. The 8X is unique on this list because it has 3 engines instead of 2. Now you might think that's old school, but Dassault did this for a reason. 3 engines give you incredible safety redundancy, superior performance on short runways, we're talking airports with just 5,000 feet of pavement, and better efficiency at high altitudes. This jet can reach 6,450 nautical miles, which opens up routes like Los Angeles to Geneva or Dubai to Seattle non-stop. Inside, you've got 30 different cabin configurations to choose from. Some owners go with 3 separate lounges. Others opt for a full bedroom suite with an ensuite bathroom. The cabin is also pressurized to feel like you're at just 3,900 feet, even when you're cruising at 41,000 feet. That means you land feeling refreshed instead of exhausted. The engines are Pratt & Whitney PW307D turbofans, each producing 6,700 pounds of thrust. Combined, that's enough power to get this 73-foot-long aircraft to cruise altitude in under 20 minutes. Oh, and the price? About $58 million. And here's the kicker. It costs roughly 15% less to operate per hour than comparable twin-engine jets, because those 3 engines sip fuel more efficiently at high altitudes. Number 8. Gulfstream G500. Now we enter Gulfstream territory. The G500 is the first of 4 jets on our list that cruise at a blistering Mach 0.925, or 710 miles per hour. To put that in perspective, that's faster than a bullet train, a Formula One car, and most military helicopters. The G500 is Gulfstream's entry point into this elite speed club. and entry point is relative. We're talking about a $45 million aircraft. But what you get for that money is flagship-level performance in a slightly smaller package. Range, 5,300 nautical miles. Perfect for coast-to-coast U.S. flights or New York to Paris. The real magic happens in the cockpit. Gulfstream developed the Symmetry flight deck for the G500, which uses active control side sticks and the most advanced touchscreen avionics in business aviation. Pilots say it flies like a fighter jet, but with the stability of a much larger aircraft. Inside, the cabin seats up to 19 passengers and features Gulfstream's signature oval windows, the largest in the industry. These windows aren't just for looks. They're positioned lower than on any other jet, giving you unobstructed views whether you're seated or standing. And here's a detail most people miss: the cabin altitude. At maximum cruise altitude of 51,000 feet, the cabin pressure feels like you're at just 4,850 feet. Compare that to a commercial airline at 8,000 feet, and you'll understand why G500 passengers arrive feeling like they actually slept. The engines? Twin Pratt & Whitney PW814GA turbofans, each pushing 15,140 pounds of thrust. They're Wisher quiet too, measuring just 52 decibels inside the cabin during cruise. That's quieter than a normal conversation. Number 7. Gulfstream G600. Take everything we just said about the G500 and stretch it. The 600 hits the same Mach 0.925 speed, but adds more range, more cabin space, and even lower cabin altitude. The 600 can fly 6,600 nautical miles, which means routes like London to Los Angeles or Beijing to Dubai become easy non-stop journeys. The fuselage is stretched about 6 feet compared to the G500, giving you more room for a full bedroom, a larger galley, or an extra lounge area. Gulfstream claims the 600 has the lowest cabin altitude in business aviation, and they're not exaggerating. At 51,000 feet, the cabin altitude is just 4,800 feet, lower than Denver, Colorado. The science here is simple. Lower cabin altitude means more oxygen in your blood, which means less fatigue, better sleep, and faster recovery from jet lag. The cabin itself is over 45 feet long, and it's divided into 3 distinct living areas. Some configurations include a stand-up shower, a rarity even in ultra-long-range jets. The seats? They're not just comfortable, they convert into fully flat beds with memory foam toppers. The G600 also uses the Pratt & Whitney engines as the G500, but the real upgrade is in the wing design. Gulfstream completely redesigned the wings for improved aerodynamics, which not only boosts speed, but also improves fuel efficiency by about 13%. Price? Around $54 million. And here's a wild fact. The G600 can operate from airports at 5,000 feet of elevation, like Mexico City or Bogota, without breaking a sweat. Most jets in this category need lower altitudes for safe takeoff. Number 5. Gulfstream G650ER. This is the legend. For a decade, the G650ER was the undisputed king of private aviation. It's also a Mach 0.925 jet, but its 7,500 nautical mile range set the standard for global travel. Even with newer jets on the market, the G650ER remains the proven, reliable choice for CEOs, world leaders, and celebrities. The ER stands for extended range, and Gulfstream achieved this by adding an extra fuel tank and optimizing the aerodynamics. The result, you can fly from New York to Tokyo, Los Angeles to Sydney, or London to Singapore without stopping for fuel. That's a game changer for global business. The G650ER was the first business jet certified to fly at Mach 0.925, and it still holds multiple speed records. In 2019, it flew around the world in just over 46 hours, stopping only to refuel. That journey covered 22,000 miles and set 22 city pair speed records. Inside, the cabin is 46 feet 10 inches long, with seating for up to 19 passengers, but most owners configure it for 10 to 13 passengers with maximum comfort. You can have up to 4 living areas, including a full bedroom with a queen-size bed and a spa-style bathroom with a shower. The signature feature? Those massive Gulfstream oval windows. There are 16 of them, each 28 inches tall. They're positioned lower than on any other jet, so even seated passengers get panoramic views. And the windows have electrochromic dimming, which means you can adjust the tint with a button instead of pulling down shades. The G650ER also introduced Gulfstream's 100% fresh air system. Every 2 minutes, the entire cabin air is replaced with fresh outside air that's been pressurized and filtered. Most jets recirculate 50% of cabin air to save fuel, but Gulfstream went all in on passenger comfort. The engines are Rolls-Royce BR725A1 12 turbofans, each producing 16,900 pounds of thrust. They're powerful enough to get this 99-foot-long aircraft to 41,000 feet in just 22 minutes. Price? About $70 million. And the resale value is incredible. G650ERs hold their value better than almost any other jet. Even 5-year-old models sell for 85% of their original price. All right, we're halfway through the list, and we've already covered jets that can fly coast to coast in under 5 hours. But here's where things get really wild. The next 5 jets on our list are all faster than everything we've talked about so far. We're entering the realm of near supersonic flight. Before we continue, hit that like button if you're enjoying this countdown, and drop a comment. Which of these jets would you choose if money were no object? Let's see what you all think. All right, let's keep going. Number 5. Bombardier Global 7500. This is Bombardier's answer to the G650ER, and in many ways, it's even better. The Global 7500 matches the Mach 0.925 speed, but dominates in 2 critical areas: range and cabin luxury. First, the range, 7,700 nautical miles. That's enough to connect cities that were previously impossible for business jets. Singapore to San Francisco? Non-stop. Dubai to Los Angeles? Easy. The Global 7500 opens up over 300 new city pair routes that no other jet can fly without refueling. But the real showstopper is the cabin. This is the only business jet in the world with a true 4-zone cabin layout. Most jets have 2 or 3 zones, but Bombardier gave the 7500 4 distinct living areas. You can have a master suite with a permanent full-size bed, a crew rest area, a conference room, and a lounge, all on the same aircraft. And get this, the master suite includes a stand-up shower. Not a cramped airplane shower, but an actual full-height shower with a bench. That's an amenity you'd expect on a Boeing 787, not a private jet. The cabin is also the widest in its class, at 8 feet 2 inches, and it's over 54 feet long. Bombardier designed it with a flat floor throughout, so there are no awkward steps or uneven surfaces. The seats? They're designed by Nuage, Bombardier's in-house seating division, and they're widely considered the most comfortable in the industry. They have a floating base, deep recline, and a tilting headrest that cradles your neck. The Global 7500 also introduced the first true circadian lighting system in business aviation. The cabin lighting automatically adjusts throughout the flight to help your body adapt to new time zones. Fly from New York to Dubai, and the lighting mimics the sunrise and sunset patterns of your destination. It's a small detail, but it makes a huge difference in reducing jet lag. The engines are GE Passport turbofans, each producing 18,920 pounds of thrust. They're also incredibly quiet, which is why the cabin noise level is just 50 decibels during cruise, quieter than a library. Price? Around $75 million. And here's a fun fact. Bombardier built a special Nuage Chase lounge for this jet that's so comfortable they've had passengers request it be installed in their homes. Number 4. Cessna Citation X Plus. Now for a true speed demon. Hitting Mach 0.935, that's 717 miles per hour, the Citation X Plus is a pure muscle car for the skies. Its range is shorter at 3,460 nautical miles, but that's not the point. The point is getting from New York to LA or London to Dubai faster than anyone else on the planet. The Citation X Plus held the title of world's fastest civilian aircraft for a decade, and technically, it's still tied for second place among jets you can actually buy today. But what makes it so fast? The answer is power. Twin Rolls-Royce AE 3007C2 engines, each cranking out 7,034 pounds of thrust. That might not sound like much compared to the bigger jets on this list, but the Citation X Plus is also significantly lighter. The thrust-to-weight ratio is incredible, which is why it can climb to 37,000 feet in just 14 minutes. The design is also optimized for speed. The fuselage is long and sleek, the wings are swept back at a sharp angle, and every surface is engineered to reduce drag. Cessna even uses a special paint that's smoother than regular paint to cut down on air resistance. The cabin is more functional than luxurious. It's about 24 feet long and seats up to 12 passengers, but most configurations have 8 to 9 seats for more space. The cabin altitude is higher than Gulfstream or Bombardier jets, at around 5,950 feet, but that's a trade-off for speed and efficiency. The Citation X Plus is also popular with charter companies because it's relatively affordable to operate. Fuel burn is about 348 gallons per hour, which is less than the bigger jets on this list. And the purchase price? Around $23 million, making it the most affordable jet in our top 5. Here's a cool fact. The Citation X Plus is often used by medical evacuation services because its speed can literally save lives. Getting a patient from a remote location to a specialized hospital 3 hours faster can be the difference between life and death. Number 3. Gulfstream G800. This is Gulfstream's new range king, and it matches the Citation speed at Mach 0.935. The 800 is basically Gulfstream's answer to everyone who said, the G650ER is great, but we need even more range. So Gulfstream took the G650 fuselage, added the new wings and engines from the G700, optimized the fuel capacity, and the result is a staggering 8,000 nautical mile range. That's the longest range of any Gulfstream ever built, and it's tied with the Bombardier Global 8000 for longest range in the entire industry. What does 8,000 nautical miles mean in real terms? You can fly from New York to Bangkok, Los Angeles to Dubai, or San Francisco to Singapore, all non-stop. These are routes that previously required a fuel stop, but the G800 makes them routine. The 800 entered service in 2024, so it's one of the newest jets on this list. Early reviews from owners and pilots have been overwhelmingly positive. The handling is crisp, the cabin is whisper quiet, and the range is exactly as advertised. Inside, the cabin is over 56 feet long, longer than the G650ER, with seating up to 19 passengers. Most owners configure it with 4 living areas, including a master suite with a permanent bed, a lounge, a dining area for 6, and even a separate crew rest area. The master suite can have a full-size bed, a wardrobe, and a private bathroom with a shower. The G800 also has Gulfstream's signature oval windows, 16 of them, each providing panoramic views from 51,000 feet. Whether you're working, dining, or sleeping, you've got natural light and stunning views. The cabin altitude is Gulfstream's lowest ever, at just 4,850 feet at maximum cruise altitude. That's lower than Aspen, Colorado, which means your body experiences less stress and you recover from jet lag faster. The G800 also introduced the Gulfstream Cabin Management System, which lets you control lighting, temperature, window shades, and entertainment from your smartphone. You can even preset cabin conditions before you board, so the jet is at your preferred temperature when you arrive. The engines are Rolls-Royce Passport turbofans, each producing 18,920 pounds of thrust. They're also incredibly quiet, which is why the cabin noise level is just 50 decibels during cruise, quieter than a library. Price? Around $72 million. And here's a fun tidbit. Gulfstream has a backlog of orders for the G800 stretching into 2027. Demand is that high. Number 2. Gulfstream G700. Meet the new flagship. Gulfstream recently updated the G700 stats, pushing its top speed to Mach 0.935, tying it with the G800 and Citation X+. But the G700's real trick is that it combines speed, range, and luxury better than any other jet on the planet. The range? 7,750 nautical miles. That's slightly less than the G800, but still enough for routes like Los Angeles to Sydney or New York to Johannesburg. And with the same Mach 0.935 speed, you're shaving hours off your travel time compared to slower jets. But where the G700 really dominates is in cabin luxury. This jet has the longest cabin Gulfstream has ever built, over 56 feet 11 inches of usable space. That's almost 5 feet longer than the G650ER. You can configure it with up to 5 living areas, including a master suite with a permanent bed, a lounge with a full-size couch, a dining area for 6, and even a separate crew rest area. The master suite is insane. Some owners have installed king-size beds, walk-in closets, and bathrooms with showers that rival 5-star hotels. Gulfstream even offers custom cabinetry made from rare woods like Makassar ebony and figured eucalyptus. And those windows, the G700 has 20 of them, more than any other business jet, and they're positioned to give you panoramic views from every seat. Whether you're working, dining, or sleeping, you've got natural light and stunning views. The cabin altitude is Gulfstream's lowest ever, at just 4,850 feet at maximum cruise altitude. That's lower than Aspen, Colorado, which means your body experiences less stress and you recover from jet lag faster. The G700 also introduced the Gulfstream Cabin Management System, which lets you control lighting, temperature, window shades, and entertainment from your smartphone. You can even preset cabin conditions before you board, so the jet is at your preferred temperature when you arrive. The engines are Rolls-Royce Passport turbofans, each producing 18,250 pounds of thrust. They're powerful, efficient, and remarkably quiet. The cabin noise at cruise is just 50 decibels. Price? Around $78 million, making it one of the most expensive business jets you can buy. But for that money, you're getting the best cabin in the industry, flagship speed, and enough range to fly almost anywhere in the world non-stop.
Number 1. Bombardier Global 8000. And here it is, the fastest certified private jet on the planet. Just this year, Bombardier announced the Global 8000's new top speed, Mach 0.95. That is dangerously close to the sound barrier. At Mach 0.95, you're traveling at approximately 727 miles per hour. To put that in perspective, you're covering about 12 miles every single minute. But the Global 8000 isn't just the fastest, it's also tied for the longest range in the world at 8,000 nautical miles. Think about what that combination means. You can fly from New York to Hong Kong at near supersonic speeds. Los Angeles to Dubai? Non-stop, and you'll get there faster than on any other civilian aircraft. Bombardier designed the Global 8000 to be the ultimate weapon for CEOs who need to be in multiple continents within 48 hours. Same-day meetings in New York and Dubai? No problem. Breakfast in London, dinner in Singapore? The Global 8000 makes it possible. The fuselage is identical to the Global 7500, which means you get that same 4-zone cabin layout with a full-size bed and stand-up shower. But Bombardier upgraded the engines and aerodynamics to push the top speed from Mach 0.925 to Mach 0.95. That's a significant jump. We're talking about adding 20 miles per hour to your cruise speed. The engines are GE Passport turbofans, the same ones in the Global 7500, but they've been optimized for higher performance. Each engine produces 18,920 pounds of thrust, and they've been tuned to operate efficiently, even at Mach 0.95. Fuel burn at max speed is around 530 gallons per hour, which is remarkably efficient for this level of performance. Inside, you've got over 2,700 square feet of cabin space divided into 4 zones. The Master Suite can be configured with a permanent full-size bed, not a convertible seat bed, but an actual fixed bed with a luxury mattress. The bathroom has a full-height shower, a vanity with a large mirror, and storage for toiletries and clothes. The second zone is typically a lounge with Bombardier's famous nuage seating, widely considered the most comfortable seats in business aviation. These seats have a zero-gravity position, tilting headrests, and deep recline that makes sleeping easy even on long flights. Zone 3 is usually a dining area with a table that seats 6. Some owners use this as a conference room with built-in screens for presentations. And Zone 4 can be another lounge, a crew rest area, or even a second bedroom. The Global 8000 also has Bombardier's advanced Soleil lighting system, which uses thousands of LEDs to create custom lighting scenes. The system can mimic natural daylight, adjust for circadian rhythms, or create mood lighting for dining and relaxation. And here's a detail that aviation geeks love. The Global 8000 has a smooth flex wing technology. This isn't just marketing. The wings are designed to flex slightly during flight, which absorbs turbulence and provides a smoother ride. Passengers consistently report that the Global 8000 feels more stable than other jets, even in rough air. Price? Around $80 million, making it the most expensive business jet in production. But for ultra-high net worth individuals and Fortune 500 companies, the Global 8000 is the ultimate status symbol and productivity tool. Fun fact, Bombardier tested the Global 8000 by flying it around the world in multiple directions to prove its range and speed claims. The jet performed flawlessly, hitting Mach 0.95 consistently and exceeding its advertised range. It's not just the fastest private jet on paper, it's the fastest in the real world. So there you have it, the 10 fastest private jets flying in 2025. From the Dassault Falcon 6X cruising at Mach 0.90 to the Bombardier Global 8000 pushing Mach 0.95, these aircraft represent the absolute pinnacle of speed, luxury, and engineering. If I had to choose, honestly, the Global 8000 is in a league of its own. The combination of Mach 0.95 speed and 8,000 nautical miles of range is unbeatable. You're getting to your destination faster than anyone else, and you're doing it in the most luxurious cabin in business aviation. But the G700 is a close second. That cabin is absolutely incredible, and the speed is nearly identical. For those on a budget, and I use that term loosely, the Citation X Plus is the value play. At $23 million, it's half the price of the Global 8000, and you're still hitting Mach 0.935. You're sacrificing range and cabin space, but if speed is your priority, the Citation delivers. The future of private aviation isn't just about luxury, it's about conquering distance and time itself. These jets are rewriting the rules of global business, making same-day international meetings routine and turning once impossible trips into easy non-stop journeys. If you enjoyed this deep dive into high-speed aviation, we cover everything from private jets to military aircraft to space travel. It really helps us out when you engage with the content. And if you want to see which jets can fly the furthest, check out our video on the longest range private jets, link on screen now. What's your dream private jet? Drop a comment and let me know. And if you could fly anywhere in the world right now, where would you go? I'm reading every comment. Thanks for watching.